All right, so welcome everybody. I'm gonna invite you to start in a comfortable seated position and hands wherever it feels good. Mostly I want your spine nice and long. And you can either place a hand on your chest and a hand on your diaphragm, or have your hands in your lap. Maybe the eyes are closed, or you're looking at a non-moving spot on the floor. And then breathing in, nose, chest, belly. Breathing out, belly, chest, nose. And the point here is not necessarily that we touch each of those parts of our body, though we do with our breath, but to start to create a gentle, smooth inhale and exhale that will maintain throughout the practice today. And then once you have that rhythm, you can keep your hands on your body or take them off. And for the next couple of breaths, scanning through your body from head to toe and noticing if a particular part of the body speaks to you. Before we started class, we talked about shoulders, so notice how your shoulders feel and then work your way through your body and see if there is something else. Okay, so now once you are aware of what's happening in your body, I'm going to invite you to open up your eyes and let's reach those arms up towards the sky. And on the exhale, let's make the sound Om as we bring the hands to the heart. And thinking about your intention for your mind, your body, your spirit. And when you're ready to move, let's find our tennis balls. And even though we're focused on the shoulders, we're going to start on the hips. So you're going to take your two tennis balls and press them so your butt stays on the ground. Lift up your legs a little bit, press the tennis balls in, straighten out your legs a little, and then we're going to roll one side at a time. So you're kind of coming over the tennis balls, okay? And you're noticing anything that you feel. Hi, welcome. Probably take that spot right in the middle. All right, and you might move a little side to side. Now, from here, when you're ready, you might want to stay there a little bit longer. You're going to take each tennis ball. So again, your butt stays on the ground. You're going to lift up a little bit and just place a tennis ball on either side. And then moving your knees from side to side. And some of you might want to get down into it and move your body over. But what I want you to do is invite that tennis ball into the glute. And for some of us, it's a little tender, and especially if you've never done this before. Now, after you've done both sides, I want you to lift your body up, bring your body forward, so again, butt stays on the ground. Tennis balls are gonna press in towards your pelvis, then you lean your body back. And again, take your knees from side to side. And I know lots of you know this because we do this often because it feels good and because it's useful. Okay. So eventually we're going to come to a place where you stop and we'll take the tennis balls out and place them off to the side. And then I'd like you to bring yourself up onto your hands and knees. And wrists are going to be slightly in front of the shoulders, knees slightly behind the hips. And then I want you to engage those lower abdominals. And we're going to keep the arms straight here. So your body is going to want to bend the elbows. And what I want you to do is drop your chest down and lift it up. So you're trying to isolate That's right, that looks good. You're trying to isolate the chest moving up and down. Now we're going to come to a place where we stop that movement. You're going to engage those lower abdominals. Then you're going to center your right hand and reach your left arm forward so that you're looking at that palm. And you're going to start to lift it up, keeping your eyes on that palm. Lift it up, make sure it feels okay. And then we're going to bring the hand down, bring the left hand to center. And again, stretch that right arm out, vision towards the fingertips. And notice what you have to engage in your body in order to be able to lift that arm up. Right? Keep breathing. And again, we're going to bring that hand down. Wrists, again, slightly in front of your shoulders. Engage those lower abdominals. Inhale up, exhale down into child's pose. And do that a few times with your breath. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And there's no rush, right? You're moving with your breath. And then I want you to think about your hips coming towards your heels as you come down into your child's pose. And the next time that you come up, we're going to take a block and we're going to place that in front of you. And some of you may use the block and some of you may not. So now we're going to kneel, have that block in front. We're going to have the hands on the pelvis with the palms pointing out. And the inhale is going to be left arm up. And exhale, you're going to come down towards the floor of the block, turn your head away from the arm. Inhale, come back to center and up. And we're going to stay on the same side. Inhale is up, exhale is down. 2 more times. And slow movements with your breath. Whenever you come up to the top, we're going to switch sides. And again, inhale will be up. Exhale, move down towards the ground. Head turns away from the arm. Inhale, back up to center. 3 more times with your breath. Looks really good. And don't forget, when you come to the top, your head comes back to center. And this will be the last time. When you come down, you turn your head. Okay, so when you come up this time, and you might want to use your blocks again, we're going to step the left foot forward. So you could have your hands on blocks, or you could have your hands on the ground. And you're going to want to make sure that back knee is behind your hip. So you might feel a little opening in front of that hip flexor. Keep breathing. Now we're going to turn the toes under and lift that back knee off the ground. And now the inhale is going to be knee lifted. Exhale, you're reaching the knee towards the ground, but you're not taking it to the ground. Does that make sense? Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. And you're noticing, again, any sensations as you're making that movement. Now, you're going to choose for the next asana that we do, whether you have that knee on the ground or if it's lifted. You're going to keep your right hand on the ground, left hand comes onto the thigh, and you're going to turn the belly towards that inner thigh. And again, you can do that with the knee up or down. You're going to see what feels good in your body. So your torso is turning towards that inner thigh. And then I want you to see if you can take your weight into your feet to get it out of that hand that's on the floor. Right? So your weight is in your legs. If you had to, you could take that hand off the ground. We're going to keep it there for balance, but I want you to notice where your weight is. Now, if it's comfortable, you're going to reach that left arm up towards the sky. Keep breathing. And your vision is wherever it feels good, towards the fingers, straight ahead, towards the floor. We're going to exhale, hand comes down, body turns towards the ground. And we're going to end up switching feet so you can bring that left knee or right knee down and switch your feet, or you can do it standing. Whatever feels good. So again, now your right foot is forward, knee is over the ankle. You're going to turn the left toes under, connect with your breath. We're going to start to inhale, lift the knee up, exhale, take the knee towards the floor, not necessarily connecting with the floor on the exhale. And again, I didn't say this earlier, but even as we're going through this, like the hands are there for balance, but your weight is in your feet, in your legs. Now again, you're going to decide knee up or down. Left hand stays on the floor, right hand onto the thigh, turning the torso, the chest, the belly towards that inner thigh. And again, explore, back knee up or down. And then if it's comfortable, right hand up towards the sky. And again, you're deciding where to put your head. What are you looking at? And I see you all doing it, noticing where your weight is. Trying to take some of the weight out of that left hand. Now this time, as you're ready to come out, we're going to exhale, bring the hands to the ground. If your back knee is down, you're going to lift it up. And you're going to think about straightening that front leg a little bit. So now the movement, and you might have your hands on blocks or on the floor. Now the movement is going to be bending and straightening the front knee. Yep. Moving with your breath. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten the back leg to the best of our ability. Stay straight. Moving with the breath. Again, notice where your weight is. Now, next time your knee is bent, and I want you to think about this before you do it. You're going to step that back foot forward safely. Okay? And then you're going to take the right foot back into a nice deep lunge. And again, moving with your breath. Inhale, knee bent. Exhale, front leg straight, back leg stays straight. I'm like, but this is not the shoulders. They're all connected. Now again, next time that front knee is bent, you're going to think before you move, press with the back toes, step your back foot forward. Bring your hands onto your legs. Inhale, halfway up. Engage those lower abdominals. Exhale into your forward bend. Moving with your breath. Let's do that 2 more times. And then on your next inhale, come all the way up. Find your tennis ball, one of them. And we're going to roll through the feet. So this is a nice time to check in. How's the body temperature? How's the heart rate? Like, has it shifted at all since we came in here or not? How do your feet feel as you're rolling them? So many questions. Now, if you haven't switched feet, now would be a great time. And I realize I have this glare coming in behind me. But I like it here. So after you finish with your second foot, you're gonna put that tennis ball off to the side to a safe place. Feel your feet on the ground. And at first, let's start with our hands on our hips. And I just want you to come up onto your toes. So the inhale, heels come up, exhale, heels come down. Noticing how, again, how it feels. How does your breath shift as you're doing that? And then we're gonna add in the arms. Inhale, arms up, heels up. Exhale, arms and heels down. Doing that a couple of times with your breath. And then we're going to take One arm forward, one arm back, hands meet overhead. And if you've never done this before, you might start with your heels down. Right? And again, inhale, arms and heels up. Exhale, arms and heels down. Alternating sides and noticing as you're doing this, what's happening in those shoulders. Right? We do this often, and it's an exploration. So the next time you finish your second side, you're going to pause for a moment, feel your feet on the ground, and we're going to start with our palms turned towards our legs. And now the movement is going to be arms coming up to shoulder height. Inhale, exhale, down. And again, if you want to add in coming up onto the toes, you can do that. And you here are going to create your own resistance or not. Next time your arms are down, we're going to turn the palms out with the thumbs pointing back. And for some of you, that might feel a little awkward. And that same movement. And here, you might go up beyond the shoulders. It's always if your body allows, right? Never forcing. Inhale is up. Exhale is down. One more time. And when you get down to your legs, you're going to turn the palms towards the legs again. This time, as you come up, the elbows are going to come up and your palms are going to turn back. Kind of reminds me of a scarecrow, right? So, inhale up, exhale down. You create your own resistance or not. And you can kind of play with that, you know, engaging your muscles as you come up, engaging your fingers, your hands. And this will be our last time. And when you come down, we're going to bring the arms out to shoulder height. Now this one looks like cacti, right? And so now your palms are pointing forward, elbows possibly shoulder height. Inhale here, exhale, coming in towards the center. And again, if appropriate for your body, you can come up onto your toes. If your feet are getting tired, keep your feet flat. Now, we're going to keep the feet flat. On an exhale, you're going to bring elbows, forearms, palms together. And you're going to keep breathing because I'm talking, right? And you're going to press your fingers up towards the sky. So you're trying to keep your arms connected. They may or may not connect. And then you're going to lift up with the fingertips. Now, I want you to keep your feet flat on the ground. And you're going to keep your elbows up to whatever height is appropriate. And you're going to sit back like you're sitting into a chair. Lower abdominals engaged. Pressing in towards the center. Make sure that lower back feels supported. Now breathe and focus. And if appropriate, you're going to come up onto your toes. Right? Finding your focus. Breathe. Now we're going to release the heels on an exhale. Release your hands. Slide down your legs. Inhale, slide on up. Once you get to the top, I just want you to roll through your shoulders. So the inhale, shoulders up, exhale, slide them down the back. This is our pause to check in with your breath and your heart rate and your body temperature. Then we're going to take the arms out, elbows bend, making like cacti again. If this next move doesn't work for your body, you're going to do the elbows, forearms, palms, okay? Right elbow to center, left elbow over top, possibly backs of the hands or palms together, lift your elbows up. Keep breathing, you're going to sit back like you're sitting into a chair. And then today, let's take that left leg over top. Okay, now when you cross over top, you're going to keep that standing leg bent, right? So you're not straightening it. Bend that knee. Feel it like you can bounce a little bit. And then your foot is either on the floor, lifted, or wrapped around your calf. Keep breathing. Find your non-moving spot your drishti to focus on. When you're ready to release, on an inhale, we're going to take those limbs and extend. And exhale down. Very nice. So you're going to inhale up, exhale into your forward bend, keeping your hands on your legs. When you inhale up again, we'll extend the arms, bend the elbows, and then do the second side. So left elbow to center, right elbow to top, backs of the hands or palms together, lift those elbows up off the chest a little bit. Sit back like you're sitting into a chair, lower abdominals engaged. This time, that right leg is going to come over top. And again, don't lose the bend in the standing leg. Foot on the floor, lifted or wrapped around your calf. Keep breathing, focus. And when you're ready, on an inhale, you're going to release those limbs. Exhale down. And then again, inhale up, exhale into your forward bend. And inhale, come on up. Beautiful. Now we're going to take a wide stance. So think about a leg's distance apart. And so you're going to want to turn sideways. And it's okay, I'll describe the best I can. Feet are parallel or your heels are slightly out. You're going to pull into the center. See if you can feel those inner thighs engaged. Okay? And then I want you to check in with your butt. Right? Can you feel your glutes engaged? Then we're going to take the hands on the outside of the thighs. Inhale, body up. Exhale, slide down the leg. Inhale, back up, and then alternate sides. Now, as you're sliding, and try not to lose that isometric pull of the feet towards one another. As you're sliding down, if you want to take the kind of the upper arm, reach that elbow as you slide that hand up, not just your leg, but your body. And then possibly looking towards the lifted shoulder. But again, only adding on if it works for you, right? If it feels good in your body. Now, the next time you do your second side, we're going to pause for a moment. And some of you may want a block to have in front, and some of you may want to have a strap. Okay, so we're going to start with the strap. So if you have a strap, you're going to find it. If it's a longer one, you might double it up. We're going to bring it behind the body and have the hands about shoulder distance apart. Really important here that you don't let go of the legs, right? And just like I talked about earlier, what's our connection? Where's our weight, right? In our feet and in our legs. So the inhale is going to be body up. You're holding on to your strap about shoulder distance apart. Exhale, body parallel with the floor. Inhale, arms come up towards the ceiling. Exhale, strap and arms down. Inhale, body up. Exhale, body halfway down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, body up. And you just keep moving at your own pace. If you get dizzy, you stop. Now, the next time that you come down, I want you to bend as deeply as you can. And we're going to stay with our body in our forward bend and just move through the arms now. So inhale, arms away. Exhale, arms towards your back body. And just doing that at your own pace. Inhaling, arms away. Exhaling, arms to your back body. And don't lose, again, we're pulling into the center with our feet and you're pulling out with your strap, right? So there's a lot of opposite movements happening here, right? So next time your strap comes down to your back body, pause for a moment, feel your feet on the ground. You might add a slight bend to your knees, and we're gonna inhale, take the body up. And then carefully place that strap on the ground. How are we doing with the legs wide? Everybody okay for one more? Okay, this is where you might use your blocks and you might have two or you might have one. But what we're gonna do, your arms are gonna be over your legs, right? Inhale is gonna be with the legs and arms extended. Exhale, you're gonna take your right hand to the outside of the thigh and slide down as deeply as you can. And you might have your hand on the block or your ankle or your knee. You're going to stay here for a minute, look up towards your hand if appropriate for your body. Then the next time an inhale comes, you're going to slide up, extend that arm, and exhale, second side. And again, pause in between. Turn your head where it's appropriate for you. Then on an inhale, you're going to slide up, exhale, first side. And again, opposite arm to leg, moving your head in a direction that works for your body, which means that you might still be looking towards the floor. You pause for a moment, and then on an inhale, you slide up, and exhale, slide down. We're going to do each side one more time. And there's so much happening, like feel your body as you're moving. When we finish that second side, I fibbed. When you finish that second side, we're going to pause. I have one more I want to do. Are we okay? All right, so if you need to step your feet together for a second, do that. All right, so now this movement has it's multi-step, so stay with me, okay? So arms are over the legs. Inhale is here. Exhale, you're going to take your right hand down to center, to the ground or a block. Vision is going to stay towards your lifted arm. Inhale, reach that arm forward, right in front of your face. Exhale, arm comes up. Inhale, body comes up. Exhale, left arm down to center, vision on that top hand. Inhale, reaches forward, arm reaches forward. Exhale, arm up. Inhale, body up. One of my favorite things for the head and shoulders. Exhale, right hand down, vision on the left. Inhale, arm forward. Exhale, arm up. Inhale, body up. Exhale, left arm down. Inhale, right arm forward. Exhale, left arm up. Inhale, body up. One more time on each side. Moving with your breath. And if you lose where you are, don't worry about it. Just pick up, you know, everything works out however it's supposed to. Now, whenever you finish that second side, and there's no rush, so because we all kind of move at our own pace, we're going to step the feet together, and I want you to find your tennis ball one more time. We're just going to roll through the feet. And again, this will be a time for you to check in with your breath, notice how your feet are feeling, notice your heart rate, your body temperature. And if you have not switched feet, now would be a good time to do that. And then after you are done rolling your feet, we're going to put the tennis ball off in a safe place. We're going to roll through the shoulders one more time. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders come back. Maybe 3 times depending on your breath. And you're going to pause one more time. And then I want you to check in. How is everybody doing? Pretty well? Feeling good? All right, so here we are going to make our way down to our mat. And we're going to start on our hands and knees again. Right, so you're going to find your place on your mat, on your hands and knees. You're going to engage those lower abdominals. Remember, wrists slightly in front of your shoulders, knees slightly behind your back. And I want you to, we're going to do what we did at the very beginning. You're going to keep your elbows straight and drop your chest down to the ground. Right, so you're just moving through the chest. And it's not arching the back, although that's what my body wants to do. Right, it's moving through the chest. And just noticing if that is feeling any easier. Now we're going to take our right leg and we're going to extend it behind us so that maybe it's parallel with the floor. The left arm is going to extend forward. Your vision is towards the ground. Now you're going to bend that right knee so that your foot comes up towards the sky. And then possibly you're going to reach back with that left hand towards your ankle and press that foot up towards the sky. And your hand may or may not come to that foot, right? Keep breathing. Stay focused. Don't force it. Notice what's happening in your shoulders. For some of you, it might be in your quad. Then we're going to release, extend the arm and the leg again before you come down. On an exhale, hand and knee come down and you come into your child's pose. When you inhale and come up, we're going to take the second side. And don't rush into it, right? Engage your arm and your leg, your core. When you're ready, you'll start to bend that left knee. Maybe reach back with your right hand. Again, pressing that foot up towards the sky. And it's always opposite-handed foot. Although some of you might be able to do the same side, right? Keep breathing. And whenever you're ready to release, you'll extend the arm and the leg. And then on the exhale, hand and knee come down. You come into your child's pose. On the inhale, come on up. Then go to the first side again. Now this time, I'm switching it up on you. So you have the left arm and the right leg extended. You're going to bring them out to the sides. Right? Inhale back to center. Exhale out to the sides. One more time. Inhale back to center. Exhale out. Inhale center. Exhale. Hand and knee on the ground. Child's pose. I know I'm working there a little bit. And it's good for you. Inhale, come on up. All right, second side. So that is the left leg, right arm. And again, engage first, and then when you're ready, arm and leg out to the side. Inhale back to center 3 times. And as you come back to center, on the exhale, hand and knee come down. Make your way into child's pose. And this time you might walk your arms around your legs, or you might keep them extended out in front of you. Right? Again, what feels best in your body in this moment? And you're going to pause. Notice your breath. Notice your heart rate, your body temperature. How is your body feeling right now? Now, maybe one more breath. Make sure you're all going to come back up with me. When you make your way up, we're going to come into a kneeling position. Okay? And I want you to explore, and if your knees are pokey on the ground, you can take your mat and fold it over so that you have a little bit more padding under your knees, okay? Because we're going to be here for a little bit. So it's not one of those things where if it's pokey, you want it to be like, oh, I can suffer through anything, okay? So toes are turned under, heels are up. You might have your blocks on either side of you. And we want to explore the possibility of our femurs, our thigh bones, staying perpendicular to the ground. So in this pose, it's not sitting back, okay? So at first, you're going to take your hands, and I'll turn the other direction, and you're going to place your hands on your pelvis, fingers pointing down. All right. And you're going to take those shoulders up towards your ears a little bit, open the chest, then take them up and then relax them, right? You're not going to keep them there. And then I want you to think about opening up your chest a little bit. So we're making our way towards camel, ustrasana. But we're going to take it in steps and see what our body likes and doesn't like. And I want you to keep your head in the same plane as your chest. So unless your chest is pointing up towards the sky, your face is pointing forward. Now on an inhale, you're going to lift up your body, and exhale, slide down into your child's pose. Again, hands can be forward or wrapped around your legs. And then on an inhale, we're going to make our way up again. Turn your toes under. And you might notice as soon as we turn our toes under, it uses our muscles, and especially in the lower legs, a little bit differently. So this time you're going to take your left hand onto your pelvis, fingers pointing down. Your vision is going to be on your right hand towards the ground. And you're going to sweep that arm up. And you're going to make your way back as far as you comfortably can, watching your fingertips. Exhale, back to center. And do that 2 more times on that side. And it might be with this one hand on your pelvis that you don't move as far. And you're only going as far as it feels really good, right? So we're not overextending. And after your 3rd time, the right hand will come onto the pelvis. And again, extending that left arm down, vision towards your left hand. And you're going to start inhaling that arm up, eyes following the hand as far as it's comfortable. Exhale back to center. 3 times at your own pace. And when you come back, you're going to, again, have both hands on the pelvis, fingers pointing down, elbows pressing towards one another. So kind of notice, like, release your elbows a little bit so that they're parallel with your body, and then extend them back. Notice what happens with your chest. And then if it's comfortable, you start to open up your chest, walk your hands down your butt onto your hamstrings, or you might make your way onto the blocks that you might have on either side, opening up the chest. Some of you might bring your hands onto your heels, but you want to not drop your butt back, right? Your thigh bones, your femurs, stay perpendicular to the ground. So you have to, well, at least for me and for most people I know, you have to push your hips forward a little bit to keep them there and not let your butt drop down towards your heels. And of course, you're only going to a place that works for you. So it might be that today, your hands stay on your butt and your chest opens a little bit. Now, after a few breaths, you're going to make your way down into child's pose. Again, with your arms wrapped around your legs or extended out in front. You're taking a moment. How is your back body? Right? How is your breath? So obviously, ustrasana is a back bend, right? And kind of an intense one. So make sure that you're aware of what's happening in your body and that you're not overdoing it. So from here, when you're ready, we're going to make our way down onto our bellies. And you might have your arms in front with your forehead resting on them. And we're going to bend our knees with our feet flexed, and then gently take your feet from side to side. And one of these times that you come through the center, you'll carefully place your left foot down on the ground. And we're going to go back with the same side hand. So right hand onto the ankle, pulling that heel towards your buttock. Seeing if you can relax your butt a little bit as you're here. Now we're going to walk that left arm away Okay, so now, and again, always going at the place that works for you. On an inhale, you're gonna press the right ankle into the right hand and possibly lift the left arm and leg. Okay? And you're pressing that right foot heel away from the buttock, possibly. On an exhale, carefully make your way down to the floor, release that foot. Now we have arms and legs extended on the inhale, all of your limbs lifting. Superwoman, or however you want to call yourself. On an exhale, again, we're going to come down. This time you're going to bend your right forearm, head onto your forearm possibly. Bend your left knee. Reach back with your left hand and take that heel towards your buttock. No forcing. Breathe. Relax your butt a little bit. When you're ready, we're going to extend the right arm and the right leg. And on the inhale, possibly lift those limbs. Press that ankle into the hand. Keep breathing. And when you're complete, exhale down, gently release. Arms and legs. And last time on the inhale, if you feel like it, all arms lift, all arms and all legs lift. On an exhale, arms and legs down. We're going to press last time into our child's pose. And again, arms wrapped around your legs or extended out in front. Checking in, how are you doing? From here, we're going to make our way onto our back body. So no rush. When you're ready, you'll bring yourself onto your back body safely. So always thinking about how we're transitioning. And as you get yourself onto your back body, taking your knees in towards your chest. Some of you might just like to hug your knees. Some of you might want to move a little bit side to side. The idea here is to help the low back relax into the floor. Some of you might want to bring the bottoms of your feet up towards the ceiling, making your way into what I like to call the bug pose. Some people call it happy baby. You might hold on to your feet or the backs of your thighs. Again, you might rock or you might remain stationary. Now this is where I want you to check in with your body, with your mind. Is there anything else that your body needs? I have one more thing I'm going to ask you to do, and that's to extend your legs up towards the sky. And your feet are flexed, hands on the thighs. So the inhale, legs are perpendicular to the floor, body's on the ground. The exhale, you're going to bring your head and arms and legs towards one another. Inhale, slide down. Exhale, slide up. And if it doesn't feel good to lift your head, you might just slide your arms and your legs. You can explore and see what works for your body. Now, after your next exhale, you might bend your knees again. You might roll around. I want you to explore, does your body need anything else before we make our way into shavasana? Right? What would feel really good right now? And then you're going to do that, whatever it is that would feel good. And sometimes people say, well, I don't really know. So that's where I want you to kind of pause and ask yourself, you know, like literally ask your body, what would feel really good right now? And sometimes we don't pause long enough to hear the answer, but giving ourselves that time to see what our body says. And it might be, I just want to lay down now. Y'all look awesome. So after you're done doing whatever stretching that you are, you're going to get yourself set up for shavasana. You know, lots of different names: corpse pose, dead person pose, final relaxation. The most important, well, so, and many of the old yogi masters say that the most important pose is shavasana because it allows our mind, body, and spirit to integrate all that we have just done, right? Because it's, while it's about the physical, it's about way more than that, right? They're the energetics, the breath. It reaches all the different levels of our humanness. And so as you settle in, is there anything that would help you to be just a little bit more comfortable in this position? Softening your body, softening your breath. asatoma, sagamaya, tamasoma, jyotirgamaya, mrijyamah, amritam gamaya. Om. So when you're ready, starting to bring your awareness back to your breath, to your body. How are you today? How are you right now? How's your beautiful body? And if you'd like to do a short breathing and focus practice, I invite you to sit up. We're going to take the fingertips and thumbs together. Rest the forearms on your lap. And so all the fingertips are touching, and we're going to add pressure to the pinkies and the ring fingers, but the other fingertips are still touching, right? There's more pressure on the pinkies and the ring fingers. And as you breathe in, you're going to invite your breath to move to the lower part of the body, as if you had a circle around like where your navel is, from the navel down. So the lower part of the torso, the hips, the legs, the tips of the toes, pressing on the pinkies, ring fingers, and bringing your breath to all parts of the lower body, the front, the back, the sides. So all of your focus is on your breath in the lower part of your body. We're going to shift the pressure to the middle fingers. So again, all the other fingertips still touching. But as you breathe in now, you're going to invite your breath to move from the base of the ribcage to the navel. And again, all the way around the front, the back, the sides. Focus is your breath in the middle part of the torso and the pressure on the middle fingers. Shifting the pressure to the index fingers and the thumbs, and inviting the breath to move in the upper part of the body throughout the rib cage, the chest, the neck, the head, the upper back body, the back of the ribs, the arms, and the hands. So the focus is on the breath in the upper part of the body, and the pressure on the index fingers and the thumbs. Finally, we'll add pressure to all the fingertips, and it's gentle pressure, not pressing so hard that you're shaking. And as you breathe in, inviting your breath to move throughout every single cell in the body, from the tips of the toes to the top of the head and every space in between. And if there's a particular part of the body that it seems like you can't send your breath there, give it a little bit more attention. Mindfulness is actually a wonderful practice all on its own, especially if you're feeling a little bit stressed out or you have something big going on. It's a wonderful way to bring yourself back to yourself. So when you're ready to complete this part of the practice, letting go, maybe, touching your fingertips together, wiggling your fingers or rolling through your wrists, taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up here and for doing the practice, and thinking about what are you going to do today, the rest of the day, to keep yourself in this kind of level space. Right? Can you still get stuff done and stay peaceful? And if you'd like to join me, we're going to inhale the arms up overhead, exhaling the sound Q to the heart. Inhaling the arms out to the sides, the sound will be ah to the heart. And inhaling, scooping up from the ground, the sound O to the heart. So thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.